I love baseball cards. Got 'em, need 'em, got 'em, need 'em, need 'em, got 'em, got 'em, need 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Card Show Pickup Videos. I just went to another card show this past month. That was one of those 3-day shows at a mall, and I went 2 of the 3 days. I spent probably, 6 to 8 hours at this card show easily between the 2 days, maybe even up to 10 hours. And I spent a lot of time going through a lot of boxes, visiting with, some dealer friends of mine, just shooting the breeze and such. But let's get right into this. I'm going to work my way, through these as fast as I can because I got a lot of stuff this go around. So we'll start with some cheaper items first. The first thing I want to share with you is I got these $2, or both of these sets, 2 for $5. And what these are is these are Topps UK trading cards. And I'm going to show a picture of, I'm not going to open them yet, but I'm going to show a picture right here on the screen of what these look like. And you're like, oh, I got a few of those. But these are very similar to the Topps mini cards that came out during the 80s. But these were specifically made for the United Kingdom. And you can see the checklist on the back here. It's all the stars of that era, from the late 1980s. And I'll flip that over so you can see it. But you can see the American flag on there with 1988. You can even say this set belongs to fill in the blank. And my wife saw this and kind of made fun of me. Said, you should write your name on there like you would have when you were, in 1988. I said, yeah, no, I'm good. So I'm not going to talk about these too much other than the fact that I got them for a great deal, $5 for the pair, $2.50 a piece. At the same table, I also bought these David Robinson cards. They were only $0.25 a piece. I really like this card. I actually have all these already, but for 25 cents a piece, I decided to buy them again. This is the, I think that's a 91, if I'm not mistaken. Hologram of him, and I bought both of them. They're only 25 cents, so I thought, what the heck? So I bought those, and like I said, I only spent $6 at that table total. Well, stay tuned because I'm going to probably do a video just on these sometime, so we'll get to that at another point in time. All right, so this next one we're going to jump into some autographs and some game used. And this is a person that has cut me deals before in the past. This is an individual that I made a stack, and he, basically cut me a deal. And these cards came out to between $2 to $3 total each. So I spent $35 on this stack, and I'm going to show them to you here real quick. And I'll tell you why I bought who I bought. Well, this first one, you're probably not going to know these first 4 guys, or you might if you're a real big hardcore guy like myself. The first one is Greg Montalbano, if I'm saying that right. Victor Sanchez, Ron Walker on a 2000 Topps, and Greg Hallman. So, what do the 4 of these gentlemen all have in common? Unfortunately, it's not a good thing. All 4 of these gentlemen are now deceased. These were all minor league prospects from a little while back. Ron Walker being the oldest, and then Greg being the second oldest, and these two, in the 2010s, 12, somewhere in that area. I went through the box knowing that all of these guys were deceased, and I thought, well, whenever you see a deceased player's autograph, even if it's a couple bucks, it's probably a good idea to pick it up. Unfortunately, these guys, have a history, that is not the best because of what happened to all of them. Tragically enough, Greg Coleman was actually murdered by his brother, I believe, or something like that during the off season. Both of these were lost to accidents. And I'm not too sure what happened to Greg, but the bottom line is all 4 of these individuals are now deceased. So moving on from the morbid side of why I bought those, I will talk about the ones that I did buy. and I found a David Eckstein rookie card signed. Now, a lot of people don't remember Eckstein came up with the Red Sox. You know, obviously he's more remembered for being an Anaheim or Los Angeles Angel, but around the St. Louis area, obviously he's known for being a big contributor to the World Series in 2006. You know, big time. So I saw that in the box, and I'm like, I can't get an Eckstein rookie card for less than $3 signed anywhere else, not at least in my part of the country. I also picked up a Billy Koch, team best from the mid 90s. Great relief pitcher. In that same breath, also got a Cliff Floyd 93 or 92 classic best signed. And finally a Dimitri Young classic best signed. So I thought all four of these guys, big time major league players for a long time. You know, not Hall of Famers, obviously, but all four of these guys were impactful players, all-stars, etc. during their careers, and I grabbed each one of their autographs. I have autographs of all of them already, just didn't have Eckstein on a rookie card. Thought, what the heck? So we'll move on to the next group of autos. Alright, so there's only 3 autos left, and this one is current North Carolina star Deja Kelly. It came out of an Onyx box, and obviously she's going to be in the WNBA when it's all said and done. So I took a gamble on that, thinking, well, you know, I can't get hurt for under $3 on her certified autograph, so I grabbed that. I also grabbed a Brian Abreu certified card, and the biggest reason that I grabbed that was because Abreu's part of the World Series history-making no-hitter game in last year's 2022 World Series. So that's the first certified autograph I've seen of him. I had a couple autographs in my collection that I got in person from him when he was coming up through the minors. And finally, I picked up a jersey swatch. Is it that? Nah, I don't know if it's a swatch, but I picked up a dual jersey autograph of Christian Little. And Christian Little is a big-time college pitching prospect. He probably drafted, you know, in this upcoming draft, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not this year's draft, it'll be the next one. But he's a big-time player at a big-time school. So I took the gamble thinking, hey, you know, for a couple bucks, this guy may turn out to be something big one day. So we'll see what happens with Christian Little. Now finally, in the same autograph box, I added a couple game use cards. And one is a Donruss Ricky Tiedemann. And if you know your Toronto Blue Jays, Ricky Tiedemann is like the top pitching prospect in the Blue Jays organization. I thought this was a pretty cool game-used 1990 Donruss-like Donruss optic card. And I just thought it was pretty, more or less. And I know that Ricky's a big-time prospect in the Blue Jays organization. It's not autographed, but still good. Now, keeping the Canadian theme here, and I'm looking at you, a certain viewer of my channel, and I bought a Vladimir Guerrero Not Whole Gang jersey card. And I think I might actually already have this, believe it or not, but I saw it, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's only a couple bucks for Vlad Sr., you know, a surefire Hall of Famer, you know, a guy that's in the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest, you know, from the era. I semi-collected Vlad Guerrero for a period of my life, not so much anymore. But whenever I see a deal like this, I grab it. So, in total, all the autographs out of this pile and the game used were $35. And we'll move on to the next stuff. Alright, so this next pile is a combination of 2 days worth of stuff from the same dealer. So the first day, I spent 3 hours at his table. Then the next day, I spent another hour or two at his table. And a lot of these are TTM fuel. However, I went through his dollar boxes as well, or 6 for $5. He gives you one if you buy an extra one, if you buy 5. But like I said, most of these are for TTMs. But we will talk about the non-TTMers here first. And this is just a small stack of 6 that I grabbed. So $1 each, or 6 for $5. And the first one is a Alonzo Mourning rookie card insert. This is the NBA Draft Skybox insert set, and that's Alonzo Mourning's rookie card. I do have the Shaq out of the set as well, so when I saw that card, I'm like, well, I have the Shaq, might as well get the Zoe too. There were a lot of Alonzo Mourning rookie cards in this box. I just decided just to grab this one because I didn't already have it. I already had the other ones. I also grabbed a couple rookie cards of somebody who I think should be in the Hall of Fame, but because of his tragic loss, he is not, and that is 2 rookie cards of Boston Celtics legend Reggie Lewis. Even though this is Reggie's 2nd or 3rd year in the league, these are his rookie cards because they didn't make cards of him previous to that. Unfortunately, his rookie cards don't have a lot of value because of him tragically being lost, passing away during his NBA career, but also they were very mass produced. The Fleer card is a little less produced than the Hoops card, but both of them are his rookie card. And I thought for $1 a piece in the top loader, I'll take those. I also decided to take this, my favorite player again, David Robinson, on a Skybox insert, I think that is. I'm not sure what brand that is. But it's a George Gervin David Robinson dual card, which I did not have in my Robinson collection, so I was happy to find that. If I do have it, I don't remember having it, let's put it that way. And finally, I found a David Robinson Hoops card. And you're probably looking at it, oh, that's a common, that's nothing. That's nothing special. Well, number one, I've always thought this card was awesome because Robinson's jamming the ball, doing a throwdown. But if you look on the back, there's something missing. And what is missing is a number on the card. This is actually the promo version of this Hoops card. So back in the 90s, the mid-90s, David Robinson actually became the spokesperson for Hoops and Skybox. So a lot of the promo cards for those sets feature David Robinson. So anytime I'm going through cheap boxes, I always look at the card number to see if it's there. And if it's not there, I always buy it because that means it's the promo card. So if you're a David Robinson fan like I am, just check your commons because sometimes you got a promo card in there and you don't even know it. And finally, we'll get into the tune of TTMs. I grabbed a Nancy Lieberman Klein Flair card, and Nancy's a great TTMer through the mail, so I decided to grab this, celebrating her accomplishments with Team USA. So I plan on putting that in the mail here really soon. Then hopefully I'll be doing a video on Nancy Lieberman Klein, the Hall of Famer, here shortly as well. Alright, so we move those up to the top there, and also 6 for 5. I could not believe this. And if you guys watch my channel, my TTM videos, you're going to recognize these almost immediately. I could not believe at the card show I went to, I found singles out of the all-time Orioles Crown Coca-Cola set. So I talked to the seller a little bit about him, saying, hey, I'm actually trying to collect this entire set signed. He's like, well, how's that working out for you? And I said, well, not so well, because probably 40% of the set is now deceased. So it's not a very easy set to complete, which it's one of those things that I'm never going to actually complete the set. And I do know that. I realize that. But I was just so surprised to see singles. So I went through them. I only bought 6 of them. Again, $1 a piece. I told the guy I paid like $11 for the entire set, a few years back. So I wasn't going to beat them up on price or anything like that. But I said, because these are so important to me, you're going to sell a few of them today, because let's just say he's not selling too many of these. So what I did is I went through and I actually lost my John Steffero through the mail. I wrote Mr. Steffero. I never got it back. I don't know if it got lost in, the mail or whatever, but the bottom line is I actually lost this card, so I was happy to find a replacement. So maybe we'll try again. Then I grabbed a couple other guys that signed through the mail that are still around. Jerry Walker, for example. Royal Stillman. I was planning on writing him, and this is one of those guys that doesn't have a lot of cards. So I was happy to have a second one that I could send to him. So that way, if he does keep one, he can have the other. Same with Dave Vineyard here. Vineyard. So Dave only has one other card other than this, and I think it might be a high number or something. The bottom line is this is like one of his only few cards. So now I have two. Also, Tom Chopay. He's got a few cards out there, but I was looking for some cards to send to him, so that's another one that I needed. And finally, Ken Rudolph, who's another one that I have cards already, but hadn't gotten around to getting them signed, so I grabbed those. And again, I probably could have bought more, but I decided, I'll just go with those 6 because these are all guys that I know I want to write and get those out in the mail. So that was the first purchases at this table. Now the rest are strictly TTM stuff for autographs. Now this next one, I'm sharing again. This is another copy of the Denny Martinez rookie. I'm hoping to get a few guys on this already, and we'll use that for future use hopefully. But this was not $3, it was half price. I picked up a couple more dollar cards, Paul Flatley and a Johnny Rowland. So again, some vintage football for $1 a piece. And the rest of these were kind of a bulk deal with everything together. He went through them, and this isn't much name-wise, but these are all people I plan on writing. So there's another Benny Daniels, and we'll just go through these really quick. Thought that was a cool Mike Andrews. So there you go, there you have it. This pile of everything came out to about $30 when it was all said and done. Again, the bulk of it was these, this was $10 worth in the top loaders up here. Then, another $20 in the vintage stuff here with the Denny Martinez and such. So roughly about $30, for the stack, which, isn't a great buy, but it's good if I get all these signed. So, I said that to my wife. I said, if I get all these signed, that was worth it. But if I don't get them signed, I don't know. That's kind of on the high end for vintage cards. So, hopefully you'll be seeing this stack and some of these back really soon in some TTM episodes. And we'll move on to the next pile.